In this video help, we're going to be covering the Expense Manager. Moreover, we're going to be looking at the individual records in the Expense Manager portal. As you can see in the record, the single one we have in there, that we have an item that was purchased on July 19th, food and supplies, groceries at a Walmart, and the total amount of the price of what we purchased. There's a jump up right here, a pop over, where you can add notes, or you can use this as a shopping list to look for those particular items while you're in the store, or other expenses that you want to add notes about. In this case, I want to show the portal record, and you'll see in the portal record that it repeats all the information we just saw in the row, plus the ability to add the notes and edit the notes within this screen. Now, you do not add new records in this screen. Do not. You add them in the portal records itself, but you can delete them from here if you had to. So if you had an error in the row, or you need to remove a row from the screen for whatever reason, you can come into the actual record and then use the delete record link here to go ahead and take that record out. You will get a dialog that verifies that you do want to remove it before it's removed. Go ahead and click yes to delete that particular record. The other things on this screen, you want to make sure that you never change, even though these are not editable. If you found one, any of the IDs, what they do is they ID back to the parent record. So that's what this numeral number is up here. This is the trip planning record for number 1 of the trips. So if you were on trip number 2, you would get an indication, if you're looking through the records, that if there's a 1 for an expense, that was on trip number 1. So when you're looking at this information, be aware that that is kind of important. So if you're trying to get trip information for all of one trip, you can actually do a find, and this record will be made available in the perform find. So let's start the find, and I could type in the number 1, and I'd say I want to see all the trip records for number 1, and go back and say perform the find, and then all the records for the first trip. Now, we only had one record, but if there were several records in there, they would be shown when you go to the list view. So if you went to the list view for expenses, they would be showing. And in the same way, if the list view showed fewer records in it you expected, then you want to do the show all records, and that would be done under the do action menu, where you would say show all the records, and or if you want to go to the list view, you can click also here to go to the list view for this particular record. If you have any questions, as usual, you can contact me through the support site. This concludes all the videos for this application.